Shalom, shalom. It's boy Zach Rice coming at you. A real quick one. Just want to give all praise to the Most High Power and the Son of Mashiach Yahushua to give us another chance to be kings and priests on this earth. Special to my brothers out there fighting a good fight, bringing in the flock, teaching the law, statute, commandments as it's written. Special to y'all. Now this one's going into the storms brewing, right? Are you protected? Because Esau believes so. He got the white knight, Elon Musk. What you're going to dive into, just, touch the surface on a little bit of stuff, his past and stuff, kind of bring him up to where he's supposed to be right now. And, we're going to get to it as we do. First, hit you with the Fair Use Act, 1976. Basically, it's for commentary purposes and not for financial gain or whatsoever. I don't own these videos, and they're not monetized on any level as well. All right. So, with that, start off with Psalms 2 and verse 1, and it reads, "Why do the heathen rage and the people imagine a vain thing?" Why do these people believe that it can take on, right, the Mashiach Yahushua, right, as it is written, right, in Revelation, the 17th chapter, right? These 10 kings shall make war with the Lamb. And we're going to see how they geared up to that as time goes into what we're getting now to the end, right? So, as I said, we dive into the white knight here.
Mom, do you remember when I was 12 and I created my own video game called Blastar about a spaceship that battles aliens?
I do. I remember they paid you $500.
So he was 12 years old when he made that. I don't know a lot of 12 years old making games like that. But they always refer to him as Iron Man, right? And if you familiarize yourself with the movie, Iron Man's father was making super soldiers. Super soldiers that have the ability to think and be extra stronger than the average man. So I'm just saying, it's a coincidence that at age 12, right, as a kid living in South Africa, Musk created Blastar, a space-themed PC game that is heavily influenced by classic arcade games such as Space Invaders and Asteroids, according to The Verge. You play the game as a space pilot who has to destroy the alien fighters carrying deadly hydrogen bombs and status beam machines. The status beam? That same thing you saw in Independence Day, that highly concentrated fire that comes down on Earth, right? Funny how they chose that. Now, what I'm getting to is, as he was young making this up and being groomed to where he's at now. So as we go back, we're going to give a backdrop before he was even born, right? So speaking about destiny, do you know that Van Braun's 1953 book, Mars Project, referenced a person named Elon that will bring humans to Mars, right? So check this out. When they say humans, it's talking about their people, okay? So just understand the wording and how they word stuff. And I'm going to hit y'all with a video and do some commentary as well.
And obviously the things that I believe in, like extending life beyond Earth, making life multiplanetary. I'm a big believer in sort of Asimov's Foundation series, or the principle that you really want to, I recommend reading the Foundation series, but it's like if you know that there's likely to be, well, you don't know, but there's likely to be another Dark Ages, which it seems.
Now be clear, the Dark Ages referred to when black people who were Hebrews, right? Israelites by blood, Hebrews by language, ruled Europe, okay, for 1,000 years. A lot of us converted into Islam and subsequently Christianity. That's what Dark Ages means. The word rebirth, which is Renaissance, is when they came back into power. So when you hear them use words like that, know what they're talking about. They're talking about us ruling the planet after World War III, which is written in 2nd Ezra.
My guess is there probably will be at some point. I'm not predicting that we're about to enter Dark Ages, but that there's some probability that we will, particularly if there's a Third World War. Then we want to make sure that there's enough of a seed of human civilization somewhere else.
Translates to, let's mimic what the Mashiach did when he put Noah, his sons, and Noah's wives in there, and they were able to protect themselves from destruction on the earth, from the pre-flood into the post-flood. So as they know the Mashiach coming to destroy the earth this time, let's go and hide and preserve our race, right? And come back to try to fight the Most High and his son at a later date, because we know we're going to be destroyed at this time coming. That's what he's really talking about.
To seed of human civilization somewhere else. to bring civilization back and perhaps shorten the length of the Dark Ages.
Shorten the rulership, which is spoken about, and when you read the book of Revelation, the 28th chapter, that they're going to have an insurrection and try to fight the Mashiach, and that's when he will annihilate them in the final, last battle here on earth.
I think that's why it's important to get a self-sustaining base, ideally on Mars, because Mars is far enough away from Earth that a war on Earth, the Mars base might survive. It's more likely to survive than a moon base. But I think a moon base and a Mars base that could perhaps help regenerate life back here on Earth would be really important, and to get that done before a possible World War III.
They know exactly what's coming, brothers and sisters. It's written in the Bible. The word Bible means Biblia Hebraica, right? Which translates to Book of the Law. Mentioned in Deuteronomy, the 29th chapter, also mentioned in John, the 10th chapter, when Christ out his mouth said, "Isn't that written in your book of your law?" That's what it's talking about. They know that book has all the information that's going to happen, did happen, and is about to happen, okay? So with that, some current events here. Destructive solar event destroyed 38 SpaceX Starlink satellites, costing Elon Musk's company tens of millions of dollars. They don't care about that. That whole Starlink satellite system is a planetary defense mechanism, okay? Yeah, they'll say, oh, it brings internet to people, yada, 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 which it does, but it also acts as like a spy apparatus, right? Is like a web over the planet. That's why a lot of people, you'll see countries like, Russia, China, they don't want it over their country, because it works as a spy apparatus and a planetary defense mechanism at the same time. So when you see them talking about, these drones and all that, some of them look like chariots, don't be fooled. A lot of these things is his technology that they got up there. Not everything up there is a chariot, brothers and sisters, all right? So with this, I'm gonna hit you with the onion. They said NASA panics after asteroid fires back. Now, a lot of this coverage was died down, and I verified this article. They didn't talk about this, right? They thought, we crashed into the asteroid. No. Asteroids don't fire back. Ships fire back, right? So guess when war happens on Earth, it happens in the heavens as well, right? What's bounded on Earth is bounded in heaven. Realm against realm, Christ spoke about. Right? So as they know that the Christ is coming, they have the scouts out there. Right? They're basically planning on the return of the Mashiach. And as Christ basically has scouts here on this planet, always looking after certain things, cloaked in the clouds, they're starting to war with these entities before Christ actually comes on the earth. So as you see these things, know that above as below. What's bound in heaven is bound on earth. If it's war on earth, it's war in heaven. Know that thing. All right. So I'm going to hit y'all with Psalms 2 and close it out with this. The kings of the earth set themselves, and the rulers take counsel together, right? All the UN, all these different people, against the Lord and against his anointed. Who's God's anointed? His chosen people. The Lord's 12 tribes of Israel. Let us break their bonds asunder and cast their cords from us. He that sit in the heavens shall laugh, right? The Lord shall have them in derision. Derision means mockery, right? Have them confused, right? Then he shall speak unto them in his wrath. His wrath is utter destruction, right? And vex them in his sore displeasure, which he's going to do. Yet have I set my king upon my holy hill of Zion. I will declare the decree. The Lord had said unto me, thou art my son. This day I have begotten thee, right? So that's the future, which the Lord's going to come after he wiped this place out, purge it out, and then set up his king and have the 12 tribes ruling under the king with the 144. So that's the governing body. So understand this thing that we're coming out to the end, and a lot of things are happening. So pay attention. Don't just follow the news and get caught up because they want you distracted. A lot of things are happening behind the scenes on the spiritual level as well, brothers and sisters. All right. So with that, hope y'all got something out of it. If y'all did, you give your boy a like, a little comment, share, help boost the algorithms. Share to somebody who may want to see, haven't seen it before. And with that, brothers, hope y'all have a good Shabbat Shalom. Y'all Ratazah. Shalom. Love y'all.